In the peaceful village of Amakwi, two stepsisters, Nkiru and Oluchi, were inseparable. Though they shared different mothers, they grew up as best friends, bound by laughter and love. Nkiru was gentle and kind, while Oluchi was bold and ambitious. Together, they dreamed of finding love and happiness. But everything changed when Obinna, a wealthy and handsome hunter, came to the village searching for a wife. Obinna was every maiden's dream, strong, rich, and respected. When he arrived in Amakwi, both sisters were excited, hoping he would notice one of them. They whispered into the night about love, imagining a future where they remained close, even in marriage. But when Obinna made his choice, he chose Nkiru. Oluchi's heart shattered. She had always believed she was the more beautiful and desirable one. How could Obinna prefer Nkiru over her? At first, she tried to hide her pain, forcing a smile as she helped prepare for the wedding. But inside, bitterness festered like a wound. The night before the wedding, Oluchi made a decision that would change their fates forever. As the village celebrated the coming union, Oluchi slipped away to visit an old woman known as Agbalanwani, a rumored witch who lived at the edge of the forest. "I have come for help," Oluchi whispered, her hands trembling. The old woman smiled, sensing the envy in her heart. "You wish to stop the wedding?" Oluchi hesitated, but then nodded. "I only want him to see her as she truly is, undeserving." Agbalanwani handed her a small clay jar filled with a thick, dark substance. "Add this to her night meal. By morning, she will be unrecognizable. But beware, the spirits watch those who betray their own blood." Oluchi ignored the warning. That night, as Nkiru prepared to sleep, Oluchi brought her a bowl of pepper soup, just as she always had. "To our last night as sisters," Oluchi said with a forced smile. Unaware of the betrayal, Nkiru ate heartily and went to bed, dreaming of her future with Obinna. At sunrise, Nkiru woke up to screams. She sat up, confused, only to find her mother and the village women staring at her in terror. She rushed to a water pot to see her reflection and gasped. Her face, once smooth and radiant, was now covered in dark patches, swollen and twisted. Her eyes had sunk deep into her skull, her lips cracked like dry earth. She looked like a monster. The entire village gathered in shock. When Obinna arrived and saw her, he recoiled. "This cannot be," he whispered. "What happened to you?" The elders murmured among themselves. Was this a curse? A sign from the gods? Obinna, shaken, turned to the chief and the priestess. "I cannot go through with this marriage," he announced. Nkiru's heart shattered. She turned to Oluchi for comfort, but for the first time, she saw something strange in her sister's eyes, a flicker of satisfaction. That was the moment she knew. Devastated, Nkiru ran into the forest, tears blinding her. She wandered deep into the forbidden lands, where it was said the spirits of the ancestors roamed. She collapsed at the edge of a mystical river, sobbing. "Why have the gods forsaken me?" she cried. The waters began to ripple, and a beautiful spirit woman emerged, Enenimiwo, the guardian of truth. "You have been betrayed, child," Enenimiwo said, her voice echoing like the wind. "But truth cannot remain hidden forever." She handed Nkiru a silver mirror. "Hold this beneath the moonlight tonight, and the one who betrayed you will be revealed too." Back in the village, Oluchi wore Nkiru's abandoned wedding attire, secretly hoping Obinna would now see her as the better choice. But the spirits had other plans. That night, as the villagers gathered for an emergency council, the sky darkened. A chilling wind swept through the village, and a strange silver light appeared in the sky. From the depths of the forest, Nkiru stepped forward, holding the mystical mirror. The moment she raised it, the mirror reflected the truth for all to see. Gasps erupted as the villagers watched a vision of the past. Oluchi sneaking into the old woman's hut. Oluchi mixing the dark substance into Nkiru's food. Oluchi smiling as her sister's beauty withered. Oluchi fell to her knees. "No, no, this is a trick," she cried. But the priestess shook her head. "The spirits do not lie." Obina's face hardened. "You would destroy your own sister because of jealousy?" The chief turned to Oluchi. "You have dishonored not only your sister, but this village. Your punishment shall be decided by the gods." At that moment, a strong wind blew, and Oluchi let out a piercing scream. The villagers watched in horror as her beauty faded before their eyes. Her once lovely skin darkened and wrinkled, her hair thinned, and her lips cracked. She now bore the same hideousness she had forced upon Nkiru. The priestess shook her head. "The gods have spoken." Oluchi was given two choices: exile or servitude in the shrine for life. Shamed, she chose exile, disappearing into the wilderness. As for Nkiru, she was taken to the sacred river, where the priestess bathed her in blessed water. Her beauty was restored, but the pain of betrayal remained in her heart. Obina, filled with regret, begged for another chance. But Nkiru, now wiser, refused. "The love of a man is fleeting," she said, "but the love of a sister is meant to last forever. I have lost something more valuable than marriage today." With that, she chose a new path, one of strength, wisdom, and destiny. And so, the lost bride of Amakwe became a legend, a reminder that jealousy destroys, but truth always prevails.